El Museu de les Aigües opened its doors in 2004 with the aim of raising awareness about the value of water, respect for the environment, and to promote the valuable industrial heritage of Aigües de Barcelona, dated 1909. This installation, still today, and at this precise moment in operation, is a water collection of pumping station named Central de Cornellà. More than 100 years later, it pumps 25% of the water received by the more than 3 million people living in Barcelona and its metropolitan area. Where do you think water can be extracted here at the Central de Cornellà? From the Llobregat aquifer, where there is abundant groundwater. Well number 1 is the most emblematic well of the Central de Cornellà. It's called Fives Lille, after the name of the French company that built it and known for its participation in the works of the Eiffel Tower. This aspect was reflected in its style, influenced by the French architecture, that it brings it closer to Art Nouveau, which shares with Catalan modernism the use of abstract and sinuous shapes, iron structures, and the use of different materials, such as glass. Observing the structure of the well, two parts are clearly visible. The lower part that's embedded in the ground until water is found, and the upper part, which is the human part, accessed for the control of the extraction. Water is captured from the aquifer at the depth of 30 meters by 3 pumps. As water demand increased, more wells were built. In the enclosure of the Central de Cornellà, there are 12 wells, up to 31 in the whole valley of the Llobregat, which extract water from this aquifer from a depth that can vary between 15 and 30 meters. Currently, they also serve to refill the aquifer, ensuring the sustainability of the ecosystem. These are elevated above ground level. This detail might seem anecdotal, but it's done like this for a reason. When the main building was built and the new wells were made, it was taken into account that this way uneasily flooded terrain due to the occasional flooding of the river and torrential rain typical of our climate. The elevation protected the machinery that was inside. To activate the pumps of the wells, in 1909 a system for electricity production was built inside the main building, a modern and efficient energy. In the boilers, the water was heated, turning it into steam, at a pressure above the atmospheric. The fuel used was coal, which was introduced into the combustion chambers, where it was burned. The flames heated a set of pipes through which the water circulated. This water became steam that rose to the collector. In the boiler we can see different indicators. An outer glass tube in front of the collector used to visualize the water level inside, and the manometers to measure the steam pressure. When there was not enough pressure in the boiler, the stoker had to add more coal to increase the steam production. The steam left the boiler through a series of pipes, designed with curved shapes to withstand the effects of expansion and compression caused by temperature changes. This steam was used to move the machines that generated electricity for the wells and the pumps that pump water into the city. The steam produced by the boilers was conducted through underground pipes. The pressure of the steams moved a piston, causing a movement. Thanks to the crank, this linear movement was transformed into a circular motion, making the flywheel rotated too. 10 tons of cast iron spinning at the speed of 110 revolutions per minute. The flywheel was connected to the dynamo, a coil formed by sheets of copper and surrounded by a ring of electromagnets that created a very powerful magnetic field. Then the coil rotated. It would cut through the magnetic field lines, generating electricity, about 220 kilowatts, 400 volts. Let's go to the basement, where each of these machines has a condenser associated with it. Once the energy to activate the pumps from the wells was produced, the steam from the machine passed to a condenser and was in contact with a series of pipes through which cold water circulated. The steam was converted into a liquid water. This water returned to the boiler to be reused, thus saving water but also coal, as it was at such a high temperature that it needed less to heat to re-evaporize, a system that was already looking for the energy efficiency. To evacuate the smoke from the combustion of coal, it passed through an underground corridor at the rear part of the boilers and exited through the smoke passage, today uncovered, at the base of the chimney. The steam system worked until 1930s, but in 1938 it had to be put back into operation to ensure that despite the Civil War, there was no shortage of electrical fluid and the flow of water did not stop. At that time, a bomb shelter was built to ensure the safety of the workers at the Central de Cornellà. The aquifer water was initially stored in a 450 cubic meter tank. Later, in 1953, a 2,000 cubic meter one was built, where water did not come only from the aquifer, but also from the surface of the river. The current tank has a capacity of 15,000 cubic meters. The tank, built in 1953, was in operation until 2003, when it was converted into a multi-purpose space dedicated to debate and exchange around water, culture, and society. The water in the tank is sucked by pumps that push towards the city. Now and since 1909, this space combines past and present. From the machine room of the Central de Cornellà, 2,000 liters of water are pumped every second to the different tanks located in the Collserola mountain range, from where the water flows by gravity to the distribution network of Barcelona and its metropolitan area, ensuring its pressure. The steam pump coexists with the modern pumps, which perform more efficiently the same function, to push water into the network. It is a strategic facility that makes it possible to distribute 203.3 billion liters of water annually in the metropolitan area. Water is an essential element of life, as we know it. In 2019, a reconstruction of the fountain that Antoni Gaudí designed for the Casa Vicens in Barcelona's Vila de Gràcia was inaugurated in the gardens of the Museu de les Aigües. The Gaudí waterfall is an accurate reconstruction, built from original plans and photographs of the time, with 27,000 bricks and 3,000 tiles, made with techniques from late 19th century. El Museu de les Aigües is located in a strategic place of the water cycle, from where water is captured from the environment and pumped into the city, and where it is returned to the aquifer to start the cycle again.